Hello, welcome to Creative Stretch. My name is Clare Preuss. I'm the artistic director at Downstage, and I'm a certified yoga instructor as well. And so this is, we've been doing this for a few weeks now here online, our Creative Stretch sessions, inviting you to join along with us as we do yoga and some meditation and some writing and some playtime and maybe some songs. I encourage you to have your yoga mat with you. Ooh, you might also want to have a blanket close by. Especially if you like to have a bit of support under your knees, or if your place is a bit chilly, and later on we're going to do some relaxation, so you can have the blanket there to help you stay warm while you relax. I also find sometimes I like to wrap myself in it for the meditative parts. And then having a book close by, something you can write in, something that feels comfortable to write in, because we'll do a bit of writing later on too. Today's theme, and for those of you doing the recorded version, this is actually starting out as a live thing on Instagram, and then from there we're recording it and offering it to you on the Downstage website. So today's theme, every week has a theme, and today's theme is silly. I don't know, I find it's nice to stoke the creativity and stoke the playfulness in our lives as adults, and it's also great to play along with your children if you've got children here at home with you that you want to play with. And so silliness, some synonyms are like foolishness or absurd or frivolous, things that don't seem necessary, but I think they're necessary, and necessary to feeling joyful and feeling a sense of playfulness and relaxation, which I find often leads to that ability to be creative and innovative. And it's one of the reasons I love theater, because so many of us theater folks, we engage in play. They are called plays, the things that we make and share. So here's a bit of playfulness. And with that being said, we usually start these sessions with yoga, but I thought it would be fun to start this particular session with a song that many of you probably already know, a song that if you want to dance along, you can. I'm going to dance a little bit crouched because one of the recording devices I have kind of cuts me off if I stand all the way up. So here we go. It goes like this. I bet you know it. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. Right arm, you put your right arm in, you put your right arm out, you put your right arm in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Left arm in, you put your left arm out, you put your left arm in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Whole self, you put your whole self in, whole self out, you put your whole self in, you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. So that's a silly way to get started today. Let's dive into a bit more yoga stuff. So calming down a little bit. Let's lie down onto our backs. And if you want to put something underneath your knees, you can. Or you can just let the soles of the feet come to the floor. Or you can let your legs be long, feet a little wider than your hips. Just take a few breaths to let yourself settle. And I'm leading this session here from Treaty 7 territory, but just honoring the land wherever you are. Letting the weight of your body relax into the floor. Now just take a moment to imagine that your torso and head and shoulders, pelvis, that they are the bottom of a lake or an ocean or something that has growing, floating plant life coming out of the surface. And just let yourself start to move your limbs as though you were in water, deep under the surface. Feeling the flow. Letting your breath be deep and easy. Nice. Just relaxing into the sense of silly playfulness. Maybe doing things a little differently than you have in the past. Good. And then just letting that ease back down. Exhale. Ooh, high plant. And then inhale, stretch your right arm, left leg, reach. Exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch your left arm, right leg, lengthen. Exhale, relax. Inhale, right arm, left leg, lengthen, stretch, try to touch the walls. Exhale, relax. Inhale, left arm, right leg, reach, grow beyond your body, get bigger. Exhale, relax. Good. Inhale, both arms, both legs, stretch, 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 touch your outer walls of your home. Exhale, relax. And one more. Big, deep breath in. Reach, 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 reach. And exhale, relax. Good. Give those knees a little hug and then create a stretch tradition. You're welcome to give them a little kiss too if you'd like. Awesome. Bringing the soles of those feet to the ground, hands behind your head like you're going to do a sit-up, but you're keeping your elbows and shoulders nice and connected to the floor. And your feet are about as wide as your hip bones. As you exhale, twisting to the left, right shoulder blade stays nice and heavy. Inhale, slowly coming up to center. Exhale, knees to the right, left shoulder blade in the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you come to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Good. Let's do one more on each side. Exhale as you twist, loosening up your lower back a bit. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. And this time, slowly rolling onto that right side and gently coming up to sitting. Sweet. So we're just going to have a little sway like you're a tree. You can imagine your pelvis and legs being roots growing into the ground, and you're going to sway your torso and arms. Breathing in as you sway, breathing out to center. Breathing in as you sway, breathing out to center. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, find your flow, open those armpits to the sky, breathing out. Good. One more on each side. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Just little shoulder rolls. And let's come on to our hands and knees. We're going to have a little bit of playtime with the spine. So being aware of your core, that space between your pubic bone and your belly button, and spreading your fingers nice and wide with your shoulders right above those wrists, hips above your knees. You're going to guide from the core as you breathe out. Tailbone to the ground, rounding your back, chin to the chest. Breathing in, tailbone to the sky. Open your belly, lengthen your chest forward, looking forward or up. Breathing out, rounding your back, let the pelvis lead. Breathing in, tipping your pelvis, back bend. Breathing out as you round. Breathing in as you back bend. One more round, breathing out as you round. Breathing in, back bend. And this time as you breathe out, coming into downward facing dog. So in downward dog, really focus on the length in your spine as you roll the inner thighs toward the wall behind you, as you tip that pelvis so you're opening the tailbone to the sky, softening your shoulder blades into the back, and get a little wiggle in those hips if you'd like. Have a little run here with the legs. Good. And let's weave those two poses together, and we're going to also add child's pose. So as you breathe in, little back bend. Breathing out, child's pose. Breathing in, little back bend. Keep your hips above your knees. Breathing out, downward facing dog. Breathing in, back bend. Breathing out, child's pose. Breathing in, back bend. Breathing out, downward dog, moving from your core. Breathing in, back bend. Breathing out, child's pose. Breathing in, back bend. And last one, breathing out, downward facing dog, walking your hands toward your feet, and just having a nice, gentle forward bend. Let's let your shoulders relax. Let your neck soften. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. And this next thing we're going to do is actually a little theater warm-up exercise, which I found fun, but it's also a little bit silly, I think, and kind of funny, so I thought we'd try it all together. So you're starting in a forward bend, and as you roll up, you're going to go down through the range of your voice. And then as you roll down, you're going to go up through the range of your voice. So here's how it goes. Feet are right underneath your hip bones. Nice outer edges of your feet parallel to each other. So rolling up. Rolling up. And then rolling down. Let's do two more. Good, and let's do it one more time, coming all the way up. Awesome, very nice everybody. Let's take those legs nice and wide. Outer edges of your feet are parallel to each other once again. And interlacing the fingers behind your back if that's comfortable for you, bringing the palms of your hands together. Or you can take the hands to your upper butt and hug your elbows toward each other if that feels better for your body. Feet are about one leg length apart, outer edges of the feet parallel to each other. Breathing in, get nice and long through the spine, keeping your elbows soft. Breathing out, tip the pelvis over. And sometimes we put the weight back into the heels. See if you can bring a bit of weight into the balls of your feet, feeling your hips right above or in alignment with those ankles. Softening your shoulders, letting your neck go. Let's take a couple more big, generous breaths here. Good, and then exhale, let your hands melt down. And let's just be a little playful in the hips, really honoring those knees. So turn your toes out, and let's just have a moment to lunge back and forth a few times, just playing in those hips. Maybe feel adding some arms to the sway. Good. Not taking ourselves too seriously, just enjoying how our bodies can move from this position. Listening to your knees. Awesome. Let's have one more deep breath of movement here. So good. Very nice. So now keeping those feet one leg length apart, turn your left toes in slightly, right foot out 90 degrees. And for those of you on Instagram, I might be reversed, but you want to have your left toes in slightly, right foot out. And you can put your right hand wherever it feels good on that leg. Try not to put any direct pressure on the knee. Open that left shoulder to the sky as you roll your left hip forward. Blossom that left arm up. Lots of support right under your belly button. Breathing in, get nice and long. Breathing out, let go of any extra effort. Let's take a couple more big, deep breaths here. Feeling the length in your spine. Rootedness through the big toe mound of that right foot. One more big, deep breath. Awesome. Exhale, melt, and let's play again. Just a little bit of moving through the pelvis and the knees and the shoulders and the hips. and then neck. Good. Let that breath flow freely. One more deep breath here. You've got this, people. Dance like no one's watching. Or if you like people watching, dance like people are watching. Awesome. Let's try the other side. Left toes out 90 degrees. Right toes in slightly. Finding your rooting in that left hand on the leg. If your legs are long, float the kneecaps away from the floor, really rooting into the big toe mound of that left foot. And then blossoming your right arm up. Roll that right hip forward as you open the right shoulder to the sky. Find your point of focus. Traditionally looking at that right thumb, but you do you. Find a point of focus that feels good and let it be soft and steady. Big, nourishing breaths. One more deep breath here. Awesome. Exhale, melting back down. And let's move into a variation of Warrior One. So again, listen to your body. Do what feels good. You might want to keep your back knee on the ground with your toes curled under. And wherever you're at, draw your right hip back. Roll your left hip forward. So that right leg's in front. And make sure your knee is not going past the ankle. If you want, you can blossom that left leg up off the ground, rooting through the heel of that back foot, supporting your lower belly, under your belly button, tailbone sinking back and down. And let's breathe in. Imagine your upper body just doing a little wave. Breathe in and breathe out. See if you can change your point of focus and stay in your balance. Breathe in and breathe out, or keep your point of focus centered and just try with the arms. Breathe in, breathe out. And the next time you breathe in, we're going to stay here for 2 breaths. Softening the shoulders. Awesome. Exhaling down, let that left knee come to the ground, and let's change sides. Squaring those hips, back toes can be curled under with the knee on the ground, squaring those hips, or if you want, you can blossom that leg up off the floor. Good. Lots of support in your lower belly, breathing in, waving the upper body. Just for a little sense of playfulness in this, see if you want to let your eyes flow with your arms or keep the eyes focused on one point. And then the next time you breathe in, float those arms up. Let's take 2 deep, generous breaths here. Excellent. Exhaling back down to center and coming feet one leg length apart, outer edges of those feet parallel to each other. Let's interlace the fingers in the other direction this time. Take those arms up and over and let your neck soften. One more deep breath here. Awesome. Exhaling those arms down, melt them down to the floor. And let's play with Warrior Two. So taking the feet a little bit wider than one leg length, nice and wide stance. Lunge your right knee toward your second toe. And make sure your knee's not going past the ankle. Support in your lower belly. Open that left hip out to the left. Let those arms be long. And now let's play a little bit. Just wave it out for 2 breaths. And now find those long arms and gaze at the middle finger of that right hand. Let's take 2 more big deep breaths here. Lots of weight in the heel of that right foot. Awesome. Exhale, lengthen that leg, and let's change sides. So lunging into the left knee, sending that knee toward the second toe, drawing your right hip back, wave it out for 2. Let's be a little silly. Or you could just watch me. And then letting those arms be long, gaze at the middle finger of that left hand, and breathe. Let your tailbone feel heavy. Awesome. Exhale, hands on either side of that left foot, coming back into plank, down onto your knees. And let's have a little child's pose moment. If you don't want to put your forehead on the floor, you can always stack your fists and rest them on top of each other. Awesome. Let's roll onto our backs. Draw that right knee into the chest. Maybe give it a little kiss. Love yourself up. And then lengthen that right leg to the sky. And let's say hello to the ankle and foot. So as you exhale, point the toes. Inhale, flex the foot. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. And one more. Exhale, point. And inhale, flex. Draw that leg a little closer to you. Your left foot can stay on the floor if that feels better as well. Keep your shoulders nice and heavy. Sweet. Let's change sides. Right leg is long or the foot is on the floor. Left knee comes into your chest. Give it a little kiss if you'd like. Mwah. Love yourself. Oh, you only got one of you, right? I mean, I'm just saying. And then lengthen that left leg to the sky. Take hold wherever it feels good for you. You might also want to use a strap for this one. Exhale, point the toes. Inhale, flex that foot. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. Good. One more of these. Very good. And then just drawing that leg a little closer. Big deep breaths. Good. And give those knees a hug. And from here, we're going to move into some meditation. So the most important thing really is that you feel comfortable. You can sit in a chair. You can sit in easy pose, taking the sole of one foot to the inner thigh, sole of the other foot to the shin. If you're sitting this way, I encourage you to make sure you're at the front of your sitting bones. So if that means putting a blanket under your bum, feel free to do that. And we're going to be here for about 5 minutes. So what's the important thing? Well, first of all, on the topic of silliness, we were talking earlier in the session about silliness often being related to this idea of frivolity. And in our world, that's often very go, 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 yang, 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 you know. This idea of this yin time, this going in, can be seen as frivolous. But I think it's one of the most useful things I do in a day, is to take, some time, a few minutes, and just quiet our mind. So it's a very simple form of meditation we're going to do. Literally, if you can find a room noise, some kind of hum, your refrigerator, something like that, or maybe even just the in and out of your own breath. And we're just going to let the mind quiet by using that sound to sort of relax the mind and let go of any thoughts. And I just find it so blissful and delightful, and over time you might as well, or you might already be a very experienced meditator. So we're going to do it together today for 5 minutes. So I will let you know when we're finished, and for now we'll just be in silence or with our room hum and the sound of our breath for the next 5 minutes. Be comfortable, let your spine be long, and just bask in the joy of the quieted mind. Here we go. beginning to be aware of your whole body, slowly opening your eyes if you close them, coming back into this world, coming back into that sense of playfulness, silliness, impishness maybe even. And I welcome you to take your paper and your pen. Might be a book, might just be a piece of paper, whatever. And I'm just going to play a bit of a music that I find fun and a bit inspiring. It's about 3 minutes. And for those 3 minutes, just let the music infiltrate you, write whatever comes to your mind. If you prefer to be in a quiet place, go off for 3 minutes or press silence for 3 minutes and write. Just anything that comes to your mind. So it doesn't have to be on the topic of silly. It can be if you want. That can lead you or guide you. But let it be continuous. So my encouragement is that you don't let the pen leave the paper. You just keep writing. Even if you're writing, I'm writing on paper, I'm writing on paper, I'm writing on paper. Just 3 minutes of writing whatever comes to your mind. It's just for you. So I'm going to put on this song and then we'll dive in together. Grab your pen and paper, get comfortable. And here we go. This is called Booty Swing. Sweet. I hope that was nice for you, a good, enjoyable journey. So now a little bit more formal, a few questions I'm going to ask you, and we'll answer them together. And it's nice just to let any answers flow. Again, this is just for you. So we're talking about silly and being adults being silly, and maybe there are children joining as well, or youth. So tend to be a little bit more connected to silliness the younger we are, but I don't know if that's always true. So I would love you to list as fast as you can, whatever comes to mind, 10 things that feel super silly if you were to try them. Like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine trying that. It's so silly. It would be so silly to do or to experience or to enjoy. Yeah? 10 things that feel super silly. Super silly. Go for it. Time for a couple more. Great. And then 10 things that just feel like sneakily silly. For instance, I love to do sneaky silly things. Like those of you who have been watching or joining us for the last few sessions, I change whatever plant's in the corner here every time. And I know that's not like intrinsically silly, but it feels kind of silly to me. Or I like to wear bikini tops a lot because that feels a bit silly. Pleasurable, frivolous, all those kinds of words. So 10 things that feel sneakily silly to you. Like you could get away with them in public, maybe even. Silly only to you, but other people might not know. And time for 2 more. Great. And so that's a lot of these little exercises are just to kind of stoke this sense of what you could play with in your daily life. So maybe there's something you want to try being a little sneakily silly about this week, or even maybe a bit more boldly silly. It's such a fun time of recalibration in our world. It's an interesting time and a challenging time, but I think also a time where we're allowing ourselves to be a little bit more silly or odd or unconventional, shall we say. I hope that's part of your experience of a feeling of a bit more freedom at this time. So yeah, you can feel free to try some of that this coming week if you'd like. So one more little bit of game time before we dive into deep relaxation. So it's a very silly song that I found. I think it's meant for kids, but I think it's fun for us all to play. And you're in your living room, so you can decide, or wherever you are. So you can decide how much of it you want to do or how much you want to watch. It's about 1.5 minutes, and the song is called Dance, Freeze, Melt. So I'll yell it out too, just in case it's harder for you to hear wherever you are what the kids are saying. Here we go.
Dance, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Freeze, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
melt.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump.
Jump.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Freeze.
Freeze.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Melt.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12.
Twirl.
3, 4,
Twirl.
5, 6, 7, 8. Freeze.
Freeze.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Melt.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Fly.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Freeze.
Freeze.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's nice and silly. We'll do one more thing. We have a little bit of time. We'll do one more thing before we do final relaxation. So you can stand up if you want to do it. I'll do it from sitting just because I have various devices with various range as far as height goes. So this is a song I learned at Camp Canyon in Waterton. And we'll do 3 rounds. It's call and response. And you'll see how it goes. And we'll creative stretch. We'll do that. Singing Heidi, Heidi, Heidi ho, singing Heidi, Heidi, Heidi ho, singing yick, 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 yally-o, singing yick, 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 yally-o, singing clap your hands up to the sky, singing clap your hands up to the sky, 'cause creative stretch is flying high, 'cause creative stretch is flying high. Singing Heidi, Heidi, Heidi ho, singing Heidi, Heidi, Heidi ho, singing yick, 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 yally-o, singing yick, 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 yally-o, singing clap your hands up to the sky, singing clap your hands up to the sky, 'cause creative stretch is flying high, 'cause creative stretch is flying high. Singing Heidi, Heidi, Heidi ho, singing Heidi, Heidi, Heidi ho, singing yick, 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 yally-o, singing yick, 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 yally-o, singing clap your hands up to the sky, clap your hands up to the sky, 'cause creative stretch is flying high, 'cause creative stretch is flying high. Oh my gosh, extra bonus points if you actually did that in your apartment, your house, whatever right now. That's amazing. You're so silly. We are so silly. We're so silly and fun and enjoying life, whatever it brings on planet Earth. Okay. Clearly I got myself into a silly mood here alone in my apartment, all with my amazing dog. Let's lie down. So you're going to be here for a while. We're doing final relaxation, deep relaxation, a version of Yoga Nidra. So do please feel free to put a blanket under your knees, to put a blanket over your body. This is deep relaxation. You'll be here for about 10 minutes. So I'm not going to lie down, but I welcome you to lie down now. Get nice and comfortable. Wiggle your bum away from your shoulders and create lots of room in your lower spine. Put a blanket underneath your knees if you need to. Get nice and supported. Roll your shoulders back and down and let the palms of your hands face the sky, out by your sides, hands a few inches from the body. Have a yawn. And let your whole body relax. Let all the muscles and bones of your body melt into the floor. Let the eyes relax back into their sockets. And start to feel the weight of your body releasing into the ground. Let that supportive earth energy hold you, support you, nourish you. Become aware of your breath. Just feeling the natural breath of the body as the breath comes in and out. Allow your body to feel so heavy that even if you tried to move, you couldn't. Totally relaxing and letting go into the floor. We'll do a rotation of awareness. As I name a body part, repeat the name of that body part in your mind, or see that body part in your mind and let it relax. Right hand thumb. First finger. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Palm of the right hand. Back of the right hand. Right wrist. Right forearm. Right elbow. Right upper arm. Right shoulder. Right armpit. Right side of the torso. Right hip. Right thigh. Right knee. Right calf. Right shin. Right ankle. Top of the right foot. The big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. Sole of the right foot. Left hand thumb. First finger. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Palm of the left hand. Back of the left hand. Left wrist. Left forearm. Left elbow. Left upper arm. Left shoulder. Left armpit. Left side of the torso. Left hip. Left thigh. left knee, left calf, left shin, left ankle, top of the left foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, sole of the left foot, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, lower belly, middle back, upper belly, upper back, the chest, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, front of the neck, the jaw, right cheek, left cheek, right eye socket, left eye socket, the nose, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the eyebrow center, forehead, top of the head, back of the head. Feel your head, neck, shoulders, arms, and hands relax. Feel your torso, pelvis, and buttocks relax. Feel your legs, ankles, feet, and toes relax. Let your whole body relax. Become aware of the space behind your eyelids, the friendly darkness, and relax your whole body into that friendly darkness for a few breaths. And then keeping your eyes closed, become aware of your body lying on the ground. And keeping your eyes closed, begin to feel and wiggle your fingers and your toes. And keeping your eyes closed, Begin to stretch your whole body, reaching from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes, and keeping your eyes closed. Slowly roll on to your right side, and then gently coming up to sitting. Thank you all very much for joining, both live and on the recorded version. Again, my name is Claire, and you can check out the recorded version of this on downstage.ca. I wish you all the best for a great week, and I will be back here at 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time on next Monday to share another session with you on our Instagram account at downstage@YYC, or well, at downstageYYC, or again on our website. Thanks again so much for joining, and all the best.